Hi, it's Kat Corbett. On June 11th, Brody and Tony from Spinnerette came to the KROQ studios. A couple acoustic tracks will follow the interview, so stick around for that. Their new self-titled release will be out on June 23rd, with a show to follow here in Los Angeles at the Troubadour on the 24th. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Thanks
you
for having us.
Oh, and congratulations on the new record.
Thank you. Woo.
All right, so out on the 23rd, you are celebrating with a show at the Troubadour on the 24th. But you guys are going to Europe for like a couple days, right? Next week? Is that true?
We're going to Canada and New York City.
I wouldn't tell a Canadian that was called Europe.
No, I thought you had a London date
It's
next
like the
week.
Europe of North America.
I thought you had a London date next week.
It is
London,
in
Ontario.
London, Canada.
I keep thinking it's London too.
I'm starting this.
You can't say that on the radio.
I like that.
And I'm starting over. Take
Hi.
with me fucking up. You're not going to Europe. You're going to London, Ontario.
What's it like there?
In London, Ontario.
I wonder. Is it like
Weird
London?
accents,
Yeah.
right? And the Queen.
They all talk like this.
So you're doing this little jaunt, and then you're coming back to do the Troubadour show, and then you go to Europe, way
Yes, ma'am.
far away.
Yeah, July.
All right, let's just start at this record, okay, and reflect back a little bit, because okay, you had the Distillers, you guys played together and did that. Now you have this whole other flavor, whole other side of you guys with Spinnerette. I have to be honest, and I hope you don't hate me for saying this, but I really like this a lot better than Distillers.
So do I.
Can
Don't
I
worry.
be straight up and just say that?
That's cool.
I really like Distillers, but it's like Distillers was like a musical chainsaw, like really awesome raw rock, you know, all that. And this is like Spinnerette is like the chainsaw that went through a box of candy, you know.
I like that.
And I'm kind of like, all right, this is completely, it maintains kind of what you guys had going on musically in your relationship in that band, but now it's like a whole, like you busted the door open on it. And so
It's cool. We like it better too. We're not in that band anymore, so
you're going to have that history within your blood, you know, and then people are always going to expect that. And I was kind of really, really surprised to hear the tracks, like Baptized by Fire to me. So I fell in love with it, and someone was like, what is it like? And I'm like, I can't put it in a box. I can't describe it to you. I can't say it's this. I can't say it's punk rock. I can't say it's dancey. I can't say anything. And that was really great for me as a DJ to be able to kind of be stumped and just say, listen
Stump
to
the
the
DJ.
record.
Like Marcy, stump
Stump the DJ, stump the DJ, stump the DJ.
So what I'm saying is I've kind of found this, like, fell in love with you guys really big time on this record. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
no, so I want to ask you, because it seems like, because you're going down these roads where it seems a little bit more on the pop end of things, was that scary for you to kind of go down that road and add kind of more of the electronic element you have going on?
Well, for starters, there's nothing electronic as far as keyboards or anything like that on our record. It's all guitars.
Really? It sounds like you
Yeah.
guys are using some stuff. That's so
Nothing.
awesome.
It's just Alan Johannes' insane
He's a genius.
playing. Yeah, and then the tones that he gets, you know, so.
Because seriously, on Baptized, doesn't it sound like there's some like weird electronic stuff happening?
Yeah, there's
And
that
that's-
little high-endy bit that's in the chorus.
I thought it was.
All right, now I'm a fan, even
It's
more.
not- no keyboards.
Yeah.
All guitars, bass, drums. Tony played the drums on that track, actually.
I'm a sick drummer.
You are.
I am.
I love that. That's great. I would just assume that there was stuff running through a keyboard at some point, just because there's this great fuzz and whatnot happening. So.
The only electronica is like, or electronic
kind of-
keyboard thing is the intro to Distorting a Code, which I wrote on my GarageBand so years ago. That's it.
The next record's gonna be all trip hop.
No, stop it.
I'm serious.
You've used the rock world, but you've created this, you know, there's a dance groove to a lot of the stuff, like Sex Bombs. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I want to dance
It's good
to that.
dance. It feels good to dance, right?
Yeah, but sometimes you can't dance to a rock song because you look like you start doing the white man
Yeah.
dance. So what I'm saying is you've achieved the dance sound without electronics. All Babes Are Wolves is just kind of like straight up rockin' song that you have.
That
on
riff
there.
is actually, the chorus riff is left over from the Distillers days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that song turned into Baptized by Fire, believe it or not.
Okay.
As two versions
Okay.
of the same song.
So you're being green, recycling stuff.
I am
That's
definitely
good.
green.
Oh, green
with
is
the
good.
songs.
Green is good.
So again, back to the original question: were you nervous, or were you looking to break out of the kind of the punk rock world with the new music, or was it just what was coming out of you?
To be honest, it was never really. There's no thought process attached to it. It just happened that way.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that I was writing, towards the end of the Distillers, just wasn't really appropriate for the Distillers.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't make sense. And so I just kind of waited. And then when the band broke up, I was like, well, cool. Now I get to like pull out this little arsenal of stuff.
Yeah.
So let's start a new band. That's like kind of what happened.
And what did you think, Tony, when Brody was approaching you with that? You were like, were you in, or were you looking to do something else?
Plus, I couldn't play that fast anymore. I'm getting old, and I can't really play that fast. It hurts, and I wake up the next day, I feel horrible. So we needed to slow it down a little bit for me. For the old people in the band.
I can't wait to see you in a couple decades. The ballads.
The ballads, all ballads. Layla, Unplugged.
That's so fun, though. That's great that you guys, get to still create music together and kind of go into this new adventure as well. And, you guys went through you went through kind of the major label thing as well. I mean, you guys are really kind of one of the perfect examples of the musical roller coaster in this business of kind of, having the major label deal and then, kind of stepping away from it. And now you guys are doing kind of your own thing, indie label, right? And explain about Top Spin and how you guys are working with those guys. What's that all about?
Well, they're basically like a digital music company, and there's no middlemen. You just sell your music direct to your fans via them. They give you the software that allows you to do it. And they're great. They get a little more involved, but way less than a real major label or label, So it's really, we have a great relationship with Ian at Top Spin, and they're just really great people down there, and they have great ideas. And yeah, it's a good thing with no middleman, kind of messing everything up.
Do you feel that you have to have more kind of responsibility in the business side now, or do you enjoy it, or?
In the start of the Distillers is like I did all the business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took a major vacay when we signed in the major label, and that was a big mistake because a lot of things like kind of went awry. I took my eye off, and things kind of went backwards, upside down.
That's a lot of responsibility to have to.
Well, and then at that point, it gets so large that it's like really hard to keep tabs, and you're just on tour for 9 months out of every year, so you just don't want to deal with it, And now it's so much more. I can understand it more so.
So you're getting it done and you're not stressing out about it.
Yeah, it's not a stress.
There's just so many avenues now, and with the music business, and everybody's always for decades, the music business has been falling apart. So every time there's kind of a new model for the way business to be done, I can appreciate it because, the artist should get paid and things should be handled, but it doesn't always happen. So I was happy to read about that kind of avenue you guys were taking.
It's all about the artist. I mean, it should be, and also the fans. It shouldn't be about any big major labels.
Yeah, I mean, stuff has to get done, and yes, money has to change hands to put gas in the van and make the label work and all that. But, it seems like it could be done in a way that, years later a band doesn't wake up and go, oh, wow, all I got was this Cadillac out of the deal.
Yeah,
oh, that sucks.
Hello.
Now give me my rent.